Hello and welcome to our Lynx paper plane tutorial. Today we will be showing you how to build your own paper plane version of Lynx. To start out with, you're going to need a few things. You're going to need a PDF printout of our Lynx paper plane that you can find in the link below on this video. You can print it on normal 8.5 by 11 paper, A3 or A4. It'll work in scale on all those different sizes. You're also going to want to have a pen or pencil, a straight edge to sharpen out your creases on the paper plane, and some tape, and finally some scissors. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take this and we're going to cut it out along the edges, so those gray lines around the plane. So if you want to pause the video here, you can go and cut it out and then hit play when you're ready to start again. So I now have my plane all cut out along the edges and we're ready to begin. The first step you're going to take is to fold the plane directly in half, like so. You want to make sure that your edges are lined up perfectly and straight so that you don't have any issues later on with them not being lined up perfectly. So watch as I line them up. This is one of your most important folds, this initial fold right like that. Okay, so like all of your creases, you're gonna wanna make sure it's very sharp so that you don't have any problems later on. Now, your next step is going to be to unfold it like this, and we are going to fold in half this way, but make sure not to fold down all the way. So what I'm gonna show you, you're gonna line it up like this, but you are not going to push down on here. You're only gonna push down on the edges to make reference lines. So right there and right there on each of the edges. See how I did that? Didn't fold the whole thing, just the edges to make those reference lines. Once you made those, you're gonna unfold it and you're going to fold it down this way onto those reference lines, like so. And if you do this right, what should happen is that you have make that fold, and it should look like this now. Once we get to this point, our next fold is going to be to fold it in half again, like so. Make sure to straighten out all those edges. And then do the same thing by folding it on the inside like this. Make sure to smooth out those edges. Okay. Our next fold is going to be this way. So you're going to take your paper like this and you're going to fold it diagonally so that this lines up with the bottom of the page, like so. You can unfold that, and then you're going to do the same thing on the other side where you line it up so that this lines up with the bottom of the page, like that. So you should now have that triangle shape. See how that's like that? And you can fold them both back so that you now have that triangle. Looks something like that. You see how both sides are folded in, like the triangle, okay? Now, our next step is going to be to unfold the piece of paper so that it looks like this. And what you're gonna do is you're gonna take this corner, so grab the top part up here, and you're gonna fold over onto this main reference line. So that sharp crease, you're gonna fold this corner onto there, line it up just like that, and you're going to fold that crease down like so, and you're going to do the same thing on the other side. So you're going to take this line, this corner, and fold it down onto this outer line right here. So take that, fold it onto there, like so. Fold down right onto that line, and then sharpen out that crease. Perfect. Okay, So the next thing you're gonna do is that you are going to, once you have those creases in place, we folded it onto there, and you folded this onto there, like so. Once you have those all set, you can unfold the page, and you are going to want to flip it over, and you're going to want to fold this page onto there, like this, and then you're going to do the same thing on the other side, so that these two should just line up, and your paper should look like this. Okay? So once we've gotten to this step, we're going to unfold the plane like this so that it's laying flat. And we are going to do our next step, which is to fold it this way, so fold it in half again. And now we are going to do a fold that is a little bit more complicated now. So I'm going to show you with a pen how to do this fold, but you by no means have to use the pen or mark these dots. I just want to make it more clear for you. So watch where I'm marking, right here along this fold where that dot is, and here at the crease where this dot is. So if you can see there are those two dots, two black dots, one up here and one down here, and we're going to make a fold along those lines. So you're just going to grab those 2 points and make a fold like so. And now once you've made that fold, we're going to make one more fold. So you can see right here there's the second line that we already made before. So I'm going to make a dot there, I'm going to make a dot there. So see how there's already this existing line up here? We're going to fold on the fold we just made, so it comes down, and then we're going to fold the paper back. And when we fold the paper back, we're going to fold it back along that old crease right there. So once again, I'll show you. We're gonna fold along that fold we made before, and then we are going to fold back a piece of paper like so that it looks like this. Once you get to that point, you can undo the plane, and it should look something like this. Now, the next folds are going to be a little bit more complicated, so watch carefully. We're going to flip over the plane, and what we're going to be doing is making a crease along these white lines right here where I'm pointing. So you can see I'll point with my pen. Those white lines are where we're going to be doing the creases. So we're going to flip over the page, and what we're going to do is we're going to take this point, so the top point, and we're going to fold it to here on this side, and then we're fold it to here on this side. So watch what I do. I'm gonna start with this side. So I'm gonna fold from here to here. So I'm gonna take the top portion, and I'm gonna fold it this way until the tip of the plane meets that outer crease right here. Once I get there, so see what I did, I'm going to crease along that white line that I showed you before. Don't crease all the way, just crease that white line we were talking about before, right here, to help us make that cockpit, okay? So then I'll show you again. I'm gonna do it on the other side. So I'm gonna grab the top, right here, and I'm gonna pull the top down onto that crease, and then I'm gonna crease along the white line right there, so that we have a nice crease along that white line, as you can see, okay? So again, what I just did is I creased along this white line and along this white line, okay? Now the next step is we're gonna make creases along here. So along the black lines that make up the cockpit. So all we're gonna do is we're gonna fold it this way and fold, see where that black line is? So I'm gonna fold only along that black line on each side of the cockpit. So do one that way and then do one going that way and just push down on that little area where the black part is so that the front windows of the cockpit should now be creased, okay? Our next move is going to be to fold the plane in half, like this again, and we are going to fold we're going to make a crease from this intersection of the white lines to this crease over here. So I'll make a little dot for you. See where my dot is along that crease to this white line, where those white lines intersect. So we're going to grab that part and this part and fold over like so. And you're only going to fold between those 2 points, not this little extra section over here. Just between the white line and the black dot. And we're going to repeat that step on the other side. So between the intersection of those white lines and the end of this crease over here, we are going to grab those 2 points and make a nice crease between them. But not all the way over here, just between those 2 points. Great. Now remember, I'm making those dots, but you do not have to make them if you don't want your plane to have the dots on them. Our next step is going to be to flip it over, and we're going to fold over here. So what we're going to do is we're going to fold the corners down onto our main edge crease. So watch as I do this. We're going to take this corner and fold it in this side and fold it along that main crease like this, and then we're going to do the same thing on the other side. We're going to fold along that main crease like so. Now once you have those two, we're going to do another fold where we fold the top down. So we're going to fold the top, this part of the top, down onto that main line again, but we're going to fold the top section this time. So fold down this way, just like that. And then this side, we're going to do the same thing. We're going to fold the top down onto that crease, like so, okay? Now, once you have both of those done, you're going to fold in the outside folds again that we did 2 steps ago. So just fold those in, and then we are going to flip the page over like this, okay? And we're going to fold down this section onto here. So you're going to take the top corners right here and you're going to fold it onto this crease right here. So watch what I'm doing. Fold it down. So you should now be able to see how those are folded down onto there. Okay? Now what we're going to do is we're going to flip it back over, unfold the page like this, and what we're going to do is we're going to use some of those folds we made before, that we just made, to fold inward on the paper plane. So how we're going to do that is we're going to use that fold. So see, that's our one fold, this is our second fold. We're going to use that fold to go like this. So see what I did there? I used that newest fold to push inward, and then this flattened out like that. So, the same thing on the other side. Use that fold to come inward on the plane, and then this side should flatten out like so. And your plane should be looking like that. So now what you're going to do is you're going to fold the plane inward like so. So the plane's wings are inside, like this. Once you have those wings folded in, the next step is going to be to fold over these flaps like this, okay? So just take those flaps and fold them in. Now, the next part is that we are going to use the guidelines along the outside. So we're gonna fold these out once again, and this is the part where you're gonna need your scissors. So grab a pair of scissors, pause it if you need to. Fold those flaps back out like this, and you're gonna cut along the gray dotted line. So there is a dark black line, and beneath that there's a gray line. You're gonna cut onto that gray line and make small incisions like this. Once you've done that, you can fold that part out where you just made that small incision and fold the whole wing back in. So it looks like this. Okay, so you should have these flaps up here. These should be folded over, and your plane should now look like this, where those winglets have come out because you've now cut them. Okay? So our next step is going to be to flip the plane over, and I'm gonna want you to find your most outer fold, okay? So there's the line here on the very outside, and that's the one you're gonna wanna find. And you're gonna use that, and you're gonna fold the entire plane over onto that line, okay? And when you fold over onto that outermost line, you see the plane's gonna buckle a little bit, that's fine, leave it, don't fold it down, but you're gonna wanna tape this part right here, okay? So you'll see that there's, now this part is coming in a little bit, that's fine. There's a little bit of an edge right here, and you're gonna wanna tape that. So we're gonna take a little bit of tape, and we are going to tape that portion down, like so. And once you have that portion taped down, you can flip over the plane and do the same thing on the other side. Find that outermost fold right there. Fold the entire plane over onto it. Find those two spaces. Grab some tape. Tape it down so that for stability. And now those two parts of your plane should be taped down to create that stability that you're going to want to have later on. Now that you have those two sides taped down, we're going to do one more taping. So grab a little bit more tape, and you're going to tape down the nose section of the plane like so, just to again increase stability. So now that you have that all taped down and you've taped down the sides and you tape up the top, you're now going to take the plane, flip it around, push this part inward, and your plane should start to take shape. So fold in along those edges where you had made the creases, fold down the front where you made those creases. Your plane should start to look like this, which is exactly what you're going for, okay? So once you've done that, you're gonna wanna take this back flap, see that's sticking out, and you're gonna wanna tuck it underneath one of the other sides of the plane, like so, and tape that down with a piece of tape. So just tape that inside flap down so it's not in the way. Just like that. Now, the next step that we are going to take is going to be to work on the wings themselves, now that we have this all set up. So now that you've taped down that inside wing, what we're gonna do is we're gonna take these corners, the flaps of the wing, and see where there's those 2 points? We're gonna fold in right there on either side, okay? So we're gonna fold in so that you can still see those 2 marks, and then you're gonna fold out along the first mark. So fold in, so that there are those 2 marks. You can see that there are those 2 white lines, and then we're gonna fold out along the first white line. So then when you go like this, should have nice wing flaps that come up. And that's it. So now you've completed your Lynx paper plane. It should have a cockpit that comes in like this, the nice body of the plane, your wing flaps that come up, and you're ready to fly. Congratulations on building your own paper plane version of Lynx, and I hope you have fun using it. Thanks for watching.